Hello everybody, doing another video today on why I'm not particularly thrilled with the new GW paint line coming out. And as you can see here, this is my screen to my computer. There you go, my computer, all its icons. And before I go into saying why I'm not 100% particularly thrilled to see GW come out with a new paint line, I thought from a trusted resource, which is on the game store's forums, a guy that's got a lot of knowledge from what goes on in the inner workings of there, I thought I'd go over some information that he gave out actually a little bit ahead of time, which I'm just now deciding to do a video on. And this is just my personal feelings at the end of why I'm not going to go to GW paint when they come out with a new line, and why I'm not really looking forward to or not too thrilled about it. Alright, so the basics, he puts in lots of renaming of colors. Nothing is leaving. So every paint color that you're happy with now is still going to be there, and they're going to add a lot more colors. Different categories now: shades, which are washes; bases, forgot to call them; layers, glazes, thin washes, and textures. Prices at this moment are unchanged. Details: there are 144 paints. Currently there's only 73, so the range is doubling in size. Broken down into bases, foundation, as we all know them; layers, normal colors; shades, washes; dry, which is dry brushing, essentially goopy paint for dry brushing. So basically very pigment heavy, goopy type paint for you to use for dry brushing. Glazes, thinned washes for easier blending. Texture, sand plus color, basically. It might not just be sand, but it's just textured paint. And technical, which is going to be liquid green stuff, from what he understood. Bottles are unchanged. And let's see, every color is renamed. There will be a white dwarf with a comparison guide released. Blood red is now Wild Rider red. Ultramarine blue is Colgar blue. White skull white is White Scar, etc., etc. So you're going to have to relearn all your colors that you already knew. Why they couldn't just leave the colors, the names that they already had, and then just add names to the stuff is beyond me. There is a big expansion in the greens. There are pinks again and more purples. Foundation white, named, and I'm going to probably mess this up, Cermet white, Cermet white, something like that. I don't give a shit. New how-to paint book that includes a 90-minute DVD. So that might not be too bad, depending on what they actually decide to show you in the book and the DVD. Mega paint set available year-round now, but it's super expensive apparently. And I do have the price on here, so we'll see that as well. Prices are apparently the same for now. And then here we go, paint names, and then he's got base names. And so the white is now a base color, because here it is, the ceramite white. Let's see, we got Everlyn Sun, Jokero orange, Mephiston red, corn red. Let's see. Well, I'm not going to go through all the damn names. That'd be, oh look, KV88. Really? And then in the foundations you got lead bleacher, which is a metal. So it's got metal here. Balthar Gold, Screaming Bell, Warlock Brown, which is also a metal. And then you got Abandoned Black, which is the only black in the range. Yeah, nothing else of extraordinary note. Then you got layers, which is white scar, mock green, warpstone glow, just to pick out some names that kind of just jump at me. Oh, where'd it go? Skaven, Blight, Dinge, nice. Pink Horror, Emperor's Children is kind of actually the name of a color. And then you got Ironbreaker, metal, Runefang, steel, metal, Gannis, gold, metal, Eric Armor, metal, Hushot, copper. I'm not even going to try it. It's a bronze, brass, scorpion, metal, and you got Rune Lord, brass. And then in the shades, Devlin Mud is still there, but you're going to have to know it as a new name, Argrax Earth Shade. Then you got Nolan Oil, and all these others. It looks like you're going to have a yellow, an orange, that's red, violet, no way to tell, green, I guess a couple greens. Sephia is still right there, but it's no longer Griffin. Then you got your dry, and they got a white dry rush color, blue, ash is probably gray, elven flesh is probably or Eldar flesh, probably the same as elven flesh. Golden Griffin. So you got glazes, which is going to be yellow, green, blue, and bloodletter, which will probably be red. Textures, you got Morin, Mountain Snow, Starland, Mud, Blackfire Earth, so on and so forth. And technical, liquid green stuff, Imperial Primer, Ard Coat, and Larium Medium. So these are all stuff for the preparation, I would guess, of your miniature for painting. Hence the liquid green stuff to fill in their air pockets that they left with their oh so superior fine cast, Imperial Primer, etc., etc. And then this is just some people in the forums talking about it. But here we go. Here's some pictures to go with it. So here's the bases. There's the white. The metallics start here. So they'll have some metallics. And your layer colors, here's the white scar going down. And here's some more right here. And obviously if you want to see it, just pause the video. And here's your metallics once again at the bottom. And here's your dry brushing. And there they are. Kind of a light, kind of pastelish colors in here as well. And here's the metallics. Glaze, yellow, green, blue, red. Here's your shades, which are your washes. Here's the sepia color. Let's see. Here's the earth, which is the Devlin Mud on this chart. Here's your texture colors. So there's going to be a gray one, a dark brown, a lightish brown, a grayish color, yellow, and a green color. And here's your technical liquid green stuff. These are two different gray colors, and this is probably the black primer. And then this is what the mega set is going to look like. Here, there's all the things, and I mean, it does look pretty. Don't get me wrong, it looks nice and pretty. All these nice little colors lined up the way they got them lined up. And they've obviously changed the labels, because as you can see here, it kind of looks like an ultramarine symbol, but it's probably just a circle or something, I'm not sure. And then it's probably, when you buy the package deal, it's probably coming with this huge case that you see back here. It's probably going to store it because you're just buying everything all at one time. And then here it says the price tag for the complete paint set is $536, and this is probably US. Looks pricey, but it's still a lot of paint. It's up on GW's site right now, so you can actually see this and this here up on GW's site if you haven't gone there already and seen it. So the reason why you won't see me purchase this or any of these paints, at least not by choice, is these pots. Same pots they've been using. I'd be happy if they went back to the pots they were using, that Coat of Arms is still using, and Proprietary Press is still using. Those were a superior pot, in my personal opinion, even though they didn't have a click hinge type thing. But shit, most of the paints I get now, or I've gotten from them, the click hinge thing didn't really work. I think out of the 6 washes I have, 2 of them friggin' worked. And out of the regular paints, I've never had a click hinge on a regular paint. So you try to open it and it's closing on you as you're trying to get paint out. And I don't leave my pots open. I get the paint out and that's it. I don't sit around and dick around with it open and let the air get to it. And I'll tell you, I actually have paint pots. I had bought a chain metal brand new, and the store was out, and I wanted a couple things of chain metal, and the store owner bought me the paint, and he had to get restock on paint. I ordered 3 paints that he didn't have, and that he basically special ordered. So when they came in, they were my paints. He didn't have any of these paints, sitting on the thing. And he's a sister store to GW, so he orders the stuff and it's shipped from them by UPS to him. And he had the paints. He pulled them out of their respective boxes and put them in the same box. I came in the day after he called me and told me they just came in the store, took the paints home after playing some games and stuff. Now, these were in air conditioning buildings and such. I can't say anything about how they got transported here. And I, like a week later, go to paint and look at the chainmail. There's almost no paint left in the chainmail. Most of it has dried up to the point where you couldn't even restore it. I wonder if I have this still sitting here with a little bit of crap hanging out. If you get the washes and you take your wash and put it upside down, and I'm not even going to be sure if you're going to be able to see this or not. Yeah, you're going to see the multiple screens. Sorry. But you see right, it's the little, right here, that little bump. That's actually where the wash had found a way to get out. And this goes along pretty much the whole entire thing of the actual case. Now this is the little metal piece, or a little plastic piece that clicks, but right here, that is not. That is actual wash that has seeped out of that pot and then dried up into that little blob. Every single wash that I've had and I've done this with will do it. And here's some wash that had seeped out on the label as well. When I picked it back up, some of the wash came out and got on there. That to me is ridiculous. That is a poor pot design, a design that is meant, because most people don't store these upside down because they have this rounded friggin' top. So all it does is fall over. So most people store these this way. Well, what happens when you store it this way? Well, all the air is coming in through here, and air actually still comes in through here, and your paint dries out. And what does that make you do? That makes you have to buy paint sooner. And to me, that's a horrible business practice. But today I think for most companies that's sound business practice. That's status quo, I think. And that's another reason why I like dropper bottles. I haven't had any issue with paint drying up in the bottles. And I have P3 paints, and I have some Coat of Arms. Coat of Arms isn't very easy for me to get a hold of, and I don't like waiting almost a month to get them from Europe, so I don't get them. And the P3 paint range is a very nice paint range, don't get me wrong, but it's a very small paint range, and I really don't like mixing colors to get a particular color I want all the time, just because it varies so much. I like to get something that's a little bit more static, hence, you know, a company with a bigger paint line of paints. But P3 makes a very good paint. And so does Coat of Arms, if you haven't used them and you are in Europe, and you can get a hold of them easier. To me, they're a much superior product. Anyways, that uses a better paint. Well, that's my 2 cents. So happy wargaming, everybody.